What's up, guys? Colt Wheeler here. Today we want to talk about a special technique that you need to know how to play if you're going to play country music, and that's chicken picking. Now, chicken picking is a type of hybrid picking, but it's a little bit different than the hybrid picking, as it's a lot more percussive. You use your fingers to pull up on the strings, and the strings slap back at the frets and gives it a kind of chicken clucking sound, kind of like this. Well, I'm not exactly sure where this playing technique originated from. Undoubtedly, you can hear it all the way back to the 40s and 50s with James Burton picking over Elvis Presley and Emmylou Harris records. I think he started in the 40s? I might be wrong there. Might have been the 50s. Anyways, Elvis Presley, Emmylou Harris, James Burton, hear chicken picking all over those records. It's a really cool technique, and today I'm going to teach you the basics of chicken picking. So chicken picking is kind of like a catch-all for like a country plucking sound of playing. So today we're going to go over a little bit of the basics. Let's first start off with just a single note chicken picking. Now with this technique, you want to play and mute the note that you're playing to get that kind of cluck sound, like. Because if you don't mute it, it just kind of sounds like this. Kind of gets there, but the real sauce, the real magic is in the muted ghost notes. So what you want to do is take your pick, hold it in between your first finger and your thumb, and then you're going to pluck with either your middle finger like this or your ring finger like this, or both. Pick, pluck, pick, pluck. And let's grab let's grab this A note on the G string, the 4th fret, and just go pick, pluck. So you can tell like they have, it's the same A note, right? But it's different. It's a different tonality. You hear the regular pick and then the pluck of the finger. You hear it slapping the frets to give it that plucking sound. So this technique is very much a loud and muted technique. So you want to pick hard, you want to pluck hard, but you also want to mute the strings too. It's like an accent. You're accenting the notes with your pluck or your pick. Find it easier to play some of old songs that I used to know how to play with just flat picking, but now it's more effective and more efficient by hybrid picking, like the kind of like the breakdown riff for Sweet Home Alabama. So when I get to that D, I pluck the D chord and I pluck the C chord, and just, I mean, it sounds fine either way. Like, it just sounds a lot more southern, a little bit more twangy when you pluck it. So speaking of chords, D chords and C chords, let's move on to a chord. Let's take an A chord, open A chord. And this time we're going to pluck the open A string. Pick the open A string and pluck the D and G string. So the next chicken picking technique, it's kind of a pedal steel inspired lick. It's where you're going to bend a note, hold the bend, and while it's being held, pluck another note, come back to the held bent note, pluck it, and then release it. Sounds like this. Very pedal steel-like. So what I'm doing is grabbing the E note on the G string, plucking it, or picking it. And then I'm going up to the F sharp note, and I'm bending it. And you can either go E, F sharp, bend, or you can go E into the bend and kind of bend at the same time as you're picking. Two different ways, you can get a lot more miles out of both of those. So same notes are being played, just they sound not drastically different, but they do sound different enough where it's two different techniques. So E, F, bend, and then while that F is still ringing out, I take my ring finger, grab the B on the 12th fret of the B string, pluck, come back to the F sharp bent note, pick it, release the bend, and then go back to the E. All right, so the last way I'm going to show you how to use it is in a popular country song. You probably know it. It's a Luke Bryan song, Country Girl, Shake It For Me. That intro riff, very chicken picking, very plucky. It's actually pretty hard to play it without chicken picking. So I'm going to show you what it sounds like with chicken picking versus just regular flat picking. And you can tell how more percussive and how much more like the song it actually sounds like when you chicken pick. So this is the riff that I'm talking about. It's... So you can tell it still sounds like Country Girl, Shake It For Me. It's not nearly as tight. It's not as country. It's not as snappy. You have notes droning on in the background. It sounds kind of messy. So if you want to learn how to play country music, you got to learn how to chicken pick. Hopefully this video set you off in the right direction. Hit the like button if you found this video helpful. Subscribe if you never want to miss out on another country guitar video like this one. Remember, the month of August 2020 is dedicated all to Brad Paisley, so check back regularly for new videos. I'll see you in the next one. And until then, let the music play. Ho-ho!